Okay, so now we're going to expand a logarithmic expression, but there's a radical inside with that argument. Now, I would probably write it with parentheses around that so you could see what the argument was, but we're going to change it anyway. So we're going to rewrite this as log base 4, and then we're going to write x to the 4th over 2y cubed z squared, all to the power of 1/5. So we're taking it from radical notation and we're putting it in exponential notation. Okay, so we want to do that because now I have in the argument something being raised to a power. So I can use my power rule and bring the 1/5 down in front. So I'm going to make it 1/5 log base 4 of, and I'm going to use parentheses still, x to the 4th 2y cubed z squared. Okay, now I'm going to expand the argument that's in the logarithm. So 1/5, and I'm going to do it in a few steps. First, I'm going to look at the division thing going on here. So I'm going to write parenthesis log base 4 x to the 4th minus log base 4 and then 2y cubed z squared. You want to make sure you have all of that in that argument there. So it's the numerator minus the denominator, and they're both logarithms, right? Okay, now we're going to do a little bit more. So we're going to have 1/5, and then I'm going to pull in a bracket here, log base 4 x to the 4th. Now remember, when you have a logarithm, where can I write this? So log base 4 of x to the 4th. This is the base, okay? There's no exponent on that 4. This is the argument, okay? So the argument is x to the 4th. When you write these, your x should be in line with the word that you have for logarithm, okay? The 4 is a subscript, okay? And then the other 4, in this case, that's a superscript, okay? So, you know, sometimes it's easy to write these all different and get confused. Well, which one's the exponent? Which one's the base? And where's the argument? And things like that. So you want to be careful on that. Okay, minus, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to split up this multiplication in there into 3 separate logarithms. So I need a parenthesis here. Log base 4 of 2 plus log base 4 of y cubed plus log base 4 of z squared. And then what I've done is I've taken the multiplication that was in here and split that up with addition, okay? So I'm trying to take it one piece at a time. So first I took care of the division. Now I'm splitting up this back logarithm here because it had multiplication inside, so I split it up into 3 pieces. Okay, now I need to distribute that subtraction sign. So it's going to be 1/5 log base 4 of x to the 4th minus log base 4 of 2 minus log base 4 of y cubed minus log base 4 of z squared. Okay, it's getting long. Now you might have asked way back at the beginning, why didn't I do something with that 4? Like, why didn't I bring that down, you know, in front? I like to do them all at once. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to take all the exponents that are up there and bring them down in front. So I'll still have my 1/5 out here. And then I'm going to have 4 log base 4 of x minus log base 4 of 2. Notice that there's an exponent of 1 here. So, you know, you can put a 1, but it's not necessary to do that. So the 4 came down in front. The 1 doesn't need to. The 3 is coming down in front. So minus 3 log base 4 of y, and then finally the 2, so minus 2 log base 4 of z. Okay. And so we look at that and we say, well, you know, it's pretty simplified. I could distribute the 1/5, but I'm not going to. The book chose not to do that, so I won't do it either. But there is one little piece, and it's this piece right here. And to explain that, I feel like I have to go right someplace else. So think about log base 4 of 2 equaling some letter r, I'll say. Well, I could write 4 to the r equals 2. And then what is that? 2 to the second power is 4, right? So we've solved these types of things before. Now, how are you going to know to do that? Well, it looked a little suspicious because it didn't have a variable in it. And you've got 4 and you've got 2, and you know 4 is a power of 2. It would be easy to miss it. Okay, so then you can say 2r equals 1 or r equals 1/2. So this whole expression just equals 1/2. All right, so now I'm going to write it 1/5 times 4 log base 4 of x minus 1/2 minus 3 log base 4 of y minus 2 log base 4 of z. And that is expanded. That was a long one.